Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to the Type QQ channel, and welcome back to Kaiju Battle Fighto Fantasy, the third and final installment. Not to ruin the surprise or anything, but yes, we're going to wrap this thing up when it comes to the demo at least, which seems to be a completely new experience than the full game, but um, it looks like we're going to take on Bear Ranger in what seems to be 4 mini burger bears as well. And of course, we got our Roblox, which is has learned a ton of new abilities since the last video, or maybe during the last video. That might be the more correct phrase. But yeah, for those who are just clicking on this video and not watching the previous two, Kaiju Big Battel is a sort of oddball, crazy wrestling federation. Somewhat small time, I would say, compared to like WWE, I would say. But it's mainly focused around like Godzilla-like monsters and like Power Ranger-like heroes, that sort of thing. And this is a video game kind of representing the characters, exploring a sort of, adventure throughout time and space, outside the wrestling ring. And we're seeing that Belter really doesn't do a whole lot of damage to all the mini burger bears there. So it's kind of like maybe we should select one of them and just remove, instead of trying to kill them all at once, just remove one of them off the screen, and then, wow. Yeah, I think that's the plan, considering they still do quite the damage. Yeah, 40 damage across the, there we go, there's one down. Yeah, 4 things shooting back at us was not. But we're continuing on with the strategy of Roblox belching on him. I suppose it's only fitting, since considering that's I think that's one of his attacks. One of our enemy's attacks. It's a shame the attack doesn't do any sort of debuffing. It's just damage across. But I suppose it's the best that Roblox can do. Then we do have Silver Potato and Slow Fang to add a ton of damage to one opponent, so. Hopefully we can get that. I was gonna say, hopefully we can get that. Nope, there we go. Get that healing move off before Roblox is destroyed, but not quick enough. However, their numbers are dwindling, and this one seems to be a quicker round than previous. I think particularly, when you start removing, little mini burgers, once you remove one, it's just like the big, a whole quarter of the damage goes down. It's not like it's one giant monster who's going to attack with 100% of its attacks and damage until it's dead. When you defeat one of the mini guys, the whole enemy fleet, is reduced, by a quarter in this instance. So even if early on in this fight when we're having a little bit of trouble, they're half as strong now, so we have to worry about just 2 shots now, despite the fact that it almost brought Dusto Bunny to death, or at least unconscious. They are had some delicious beef. They're a lot easier to take care of now. Well, considering Slow Fang's making quick work of them as well, just reducing them to rubble. And we're hoping, after going after all these rounds with the Burger Bear here, he'll give us one of the Funky Gems, which we need 2 of. Once we gather 2, we can actually enter the pyramid, which we're guessing is the next part of the demo here, but we'll find out all in due time. there we go. Pretty much almost levels across the board. So you can handle a meal combo. Big deal. The world record for burgers eaten is over 100. You punched 4. And we received the burger shirt, or burger pin rather. So like other burger fights, we're going to go and heal up and save our game. Just because it seems like they're a big enough challenge that we don't want to like redo it and possibly make mistakes. But yeah, you know, I mean, we had some difficulty with round 2, I believe it was, when he was big and nasty, just belching on us. That, you know, that attack, not so much. Or rather, that round, not so much. And I think that's the easy part about dealing with, like, multiple enemies. Like I was saying, you know, once you start defeating pieces of them on to round 4, you know, then the fight easily turns in your favor. Alright, so now we are going against Burger Bear and Bear Ranger as well as a combo. And our initial strategy was we're going to, you know, obviously we have to pick one of them and blitz him down. Yeah, that belch move is still ugly. And I felt, you know, let's take out Burger Bear. We don't know what he's up to. So, you know, and maybe he's the weaker of the two as well. You know, let's just remove him as quick as we can and then worry about the real target once he's gone. However, Roblox is still kind of going with the belch across all enemies. Roblox goes down there. And we kind of spend the turn just healing up. But that's what Burger Bear's, the Bear Ranger is going to do, is he's using that whip to hit Burger Bear with it for very light amount of damage, but for an attack up. So the idea is if we don't kill Burger Bear, or rather Bear Ranger, quick enough, it's going to become a problem that's out of control. Yeah, it's 125 attack up from where it was. So it's I think we've done this in reverse, unfortunately. You know, letting Burger Bear run free is just a bad plan. You know, ultimately we're just spending our, another 156 bonus damage, bonus attack. You know, the sad thing is like, if we do kill Bear Ranger and get to, you know, Burger Bear, he's going to be so jacked by the end of it. Good God, look at that. Kills 3 of our guys in one attack. Yeah. We've gone. There it is. We did that very backwards. However, we learned Roblox learned Whip It, which was the attack that Bear Ranger was using to pump up Burger Bear's attack. So, a little strange now going into like round 2 of it. Now equipped with the ability that just beat us. So immediately, anyways, we can maybe check it out a little bit more. It doesn't necessarily say a description here, but we get the idea. You know, I mean, the option arises now that we can like whip Slowfang into a, you know, frenzy of high damage. You know, now we kind of have another, you know, sort of Swiss Army knife purpose of Roblox here. I think that was in stats, wasn't it? Yes. However, it looks like we're going to scan Burger Bear first. But here we are, where we are. We're now. And actually, that was kind of perfectly planned right there, where we kind of felt like, you know, what do we do with Dusto Bunny's first attack, or first move rather? You know, where he has nobody to heal. We kind of queued up a cure or a heal for Silver Potato, just in the weird chance that he'd be the one character we wouldn't really want to be hit, and that's exactly who got hit. And then right after he got hit, we healed him. So it was kind of, you know, kind of lucky of us to have things done that way. There we are. We got 80 attack of the 100 attack, but that's what I'm thinking now, is if we just whip him while he's charging up one of his big main attacks. You know, that's gotta be nasty. And, you know, I don't think we could ever kill Burger Bear in one hit, but if there was a way, I think that's it. You know, at least take him down a good portion, you know. Yeah, 2,000 damage. Give me a break. That was brutal. And you'd have to think now all his regular attacks are pretty decent as well. Good God. Killed the Silver Potato in one hit. Alright, so I guess we know who the real king of the streets is now. Mr. Green and Yellow there, Slowfang. Yeah, and I'm not so sure Bear Ranger has anything to defend from us now. Kind of a full-out attack now, full-on offense, and even with Slowfang now sitting over 1,000 hit points and doing, what was it, around 500 damage per just like basic attack. Yeah, 450 there. Still a challenge for Silver Potato, but I think that's just him. Man, but taking account the 2,000 point attack, Slowfang could have killed the rest of his party with that. We have 630, 508, and 911. He could have easily just like, okay, here's 2,000 points of damage. You guys split it up. That'd have been that's insane. There we go. Roblox with the finishing touch. Then we picked up another burger item. Well, that wasn't bad. Maybe you're the real deal after all. Take this and get out of here. A steak knife? Who carries a knife? Alright, and that round with Bear Ranger and Burger Bear, not so bad, considering we kind of immediately learned from our mistakes, but we're continuing on. It looks like there might be another round? Question mark? You know, if they're starting to, you know, cough up, you know, equip items, now it's probably the time to keep it on. Keep the pressure going. Ready to rumble? Round 5. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for beef. I get it. Believe me, I do. Turkey burger instead. Oh, Jesus, just in time for Thanksgiving, right? Turkey burger. But now we have Whip It and like Fjord Crush. I'm not too concerned about, you know, a single enemy anymore unless he's gonna kill us in a couple turns. Scan the turkey first. Gravy cover punch, not a bad strike considering. Whipping Slow Fang. Yeah, turkey does have some power considering he damn near killed Silver Potato in one hit. And what I did with this, with the item and then the heal, is like I wanted to make sure that he was healed. Like, you know how like different characters have different speeds, and I just didn't want him to be like KO'd before you know, before I could really react to it. So I kind of relied on someone having a faster speed than the turkey. And it looks like both of them did really. So, you know, some wasted precaution, I guess. But I guess it's, you know, where it's still early on in the fight, I'm not too worried. There we go, 1600, we'll take it. The one, I mean, Roblox certainly has drawbacks. You know, it depends on how you kind of build them and, you know, what use you can find out of them. But one big drawback I find with him is that, you know, he can't use items. You have your attack, scan, physical, and stats. You know, he doesn't necessarily have an inventory system that he can rely on to use, you know, healing items and, you know, all that happy stuff. So he's a good support, you know, utility guy, but that's really about it. You know, he's certainly not a leader or anything like that, or a tank. Still working on our sort of standard damage heal rolls of our characters. There we go, 500 damage puts down the turkey. Some more levels to be had. Roblox learned Gravy Punch. We received a feather. Looks like a feather hat. Looks like we're getting the whole burger costume apparently. Gives you a plus 20 attack and plus 22 magic defense. Actually, there's some like equip items just kind of hanging out, not doing much. So yeah, the burger item is actually kind of junk armor. So, like previous rounds, we're going to go save our game and kind of refresh our hit points. Yeah, what's our time? It was like an hour 30 already. Not a bad sized demo, I would say, really. But without a, you know, Bear Ranger coughing up that funky gem, we might have to look somewhere else. Select your difficulty. So yeah, just 5. I mean, who knows? Maybe the, you know, turkey burger coughs up more things the more times you beat him, but it's still just round 5, so who knows? There may not be anything past that. But we have to figure something out. There's another funky gem out there somewhere in the world. yeah, selling back the burger stuff. No, it's worth a pretty decent amount. Especially the first time we came in here, that we didn't get as much as we really wanted. Yeah, here's the knife stuff, but who knows? Who knows who has the knife stuff? I mean, is it American Beetle's in our sort of reserve, and he uses the boxing glove stuff there. So I don't know. Somebody we don't have. Oh, Roman and Chef. It might be Kung Fu Chicken Noodle, who we don't have in this game, but I would not be surprised. He usually like has like a meat cleaver in his wrestling matches. So I wonder if that's kind of it, kind of cluing in with other characters that are going to be in the game, that sort of thing. Probably shouldn't have bought two. There you go. Sending one back. But yeah, kind of actually running out of things to buy out of the shop. A couple quips here and there. You know, not that Slowfang ever needed more attack. And for that matter, Silver Potato as well, but I suppose, hey, whatever. But we hope that steak knife is good for somebody. Because a lot of the other burger items have not been all that significant. Alright, let's get a move on. So begins our march around this world, kind of figuring out where the hell the next gem would be. You know, maybe we missed a place early on in this stage. Kind of retracing our steps here. You know, where we first picked up Roblox and we're taking down all these sort of security measures, all these sort of lasers and barriers. We do have some money for some of these gotcha pins, so we can certainly try a few of this. Grabbed an atomic pin. Fire defense. Yeah, with Silver Potato not even having a pin, so water defense. Losing magic power may not be the best idea for Silver Potato. Atomic. I mean, I guess water or fire defense would be. I mean, the burger would not be a bad thing for Slowfang, although I don't know if his muscle super ability runs on magic or not. You know, if it technically classifies as a magic attack. It's something you would still want to keep, you know, access of if it is. But it also looks like we've kind of scoured this area, so Search continues. Search continues. This guy's just running around like a madman. You know, tall building there, but it's really just that sort of food shop. Little food stand, I suppose. And we're checking for like a false entry. Because when we first entered this cave, we saw that sort of like ramp that looked like, you know, led to another level. However, you know, you had to access it from a different area. So we're kind of going around this whole sort of cave structure going, okay, there must be another entry, but, you know, it's just not visible. So maybe there was a way over here that we missed as well, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, and this is what we're looking at. Like, well, if we can get to the other side. However, a big aha moment, sort of light bulb appears. You know, we had thought that it was, you know, a staircase from the other side, but in fact, it's actually just, you know, a bridge or a board just kind of out of reach. So if we have Silver Potato use his ability to kick that rock over, there it is. So, kind of a like, oh god, we're absolutely moronic type of feeling, considering we could have gone to this area much earlier, and actually got one of the Plantain brothers there, Pablo or Pedro, whichever one he is. I don't know if that's particularly racist, that I don't know which one. They have different mustaches, like facial hair, and I haven't. Despite my myself being a fan, I still have not been able to suss it out. Who's who? You know, they all look goddamn the same. I don't even. You can't even make a joke about that, can you? Not in these social media days. Clay Cretin and the Sledgehammer. Excuse me. We have faced the Slimehammer before, not the mud monster. It's getting the Sledgehammer first, and killing the mud guy. That wouldn't have been. We kind of want to make sure we get Roblox to scan everybody. But you'd figure that the mud monster would have a little bit of sticking power. Not is the case. Yeah, I guess what it is we're just returning to. We learned sludge. We're returning to monsters that once gave us trouble, but now that we've kind of fought Burger Bear 1,000 times, you know, stuff like this isn't really in our league anymore. Fun Guy and these sort of sprout monks or whatever they are, these scary looking like forest creatures. Certainly going against our better judgment as well about taking down the big ugly instead of his minions. Although, there you go. Like, what do we know, apparently? Apparently, the mushroom guy was the minion. I know, just one round of attacks and then we squash him. Luckily, scanned him before we did. Citizen. Reminds me of Resident Evil 4 with the townspeople with, like, infected with those body parasites or what have you, whatever they were. There goes one, and then goes the other, just like that. More level ups. Dance Party. And Roblox learning a couple more moves as well. Good stuff. And I believe Dance Party is the sort of all heal. A gigantic monster is approaching. Shrumatango. And we get some nice new boss monster music. So now Dusto can actually heal the whole party. I'm not sure of how much. They may have said so in the previous menu, previous screen, but buffs up his muscles. Can't have that. Yeah, how about that? That's pretty decent. There we go, Roblox. Scanning up this guy, making sure. Yeah, Dusto is jacked with ability. He's got everything. He can remove poison, heal, revive, mass heal. I don't know, there's no reason to... Hey, wobbly, watery monster, yeah, sledge attack. He's also got that leech as well. I'd be interested to see what that sludge attack does for damage. Hey, 244, not shabby when it comes to Roblox, right? At least now he has a competent, attack. Alright, we gotta watch out for this guy, because he's gonna... when he fires off this attack he's been, like, charging up for, it's gonna do some damage. Hey, at least we're dishing out some damage as well, so hopefully we're just ready for the punishment and then kind of finish him off. We can mellow half his speed. His roots are showing. So at the very least, when you're slowing his speed, you can kind of, assume now that you're going to be able to get healing moves off before his next attack, when the next round starts. So that's certainly a bonus. Whip him good. Boy, that's kind of scary. I mean, we're supposed to just continuing on. Just keep on adding in that damage. There it is. Not the worst fight ever. I'm not sure what he was kind of like powering up so much for. Roblox learned solve as well. And he also has a healing move as well. Good stuff, good stuff. The multifaceted abilities of Roblox coming into play. It looks like after being Shrumatango, those vines and weeds are kind of... they've been dissolved. Picked up an owl ring. Alright, and we picked up our new friend. Comrades, you have come to release me from my prison at last. Pedro Platain, how's it hanging, amigo? You've been living in a gross mushroom cave. You okay? See, at least I knew it was either Pedro or Pablo. See, top-notch condition. They may look gross, but these mushrooms make a fine meal. Dusto, baby, maybe we should get some healing magic ready. You know, just in case our buddy has problems. What's he alluding to? I mean, granted, one of the plantains goes zombie eventually. I don't know if it's Pedro, I forget. But one of them goes zombie and then dead. As zombies tend to. But there's our other funky coin. Vamos. Let us go. Let us go. Pedro Plantain has joined the party. He has a lot of debuffing abilities. But, I don't know, maybe it's nothing that we're particularly interested in. Our team so far is pretty dang good, I would say. With Silver Potatoes, you know, flimsy, flimsy skull being my only concern about this team. But that's it. That's our two funky gems, funky stones. I don't know, funky gems. So we should be able to get into the pyramid now, but I think we'll probably heal and save our game first, just to kind of save our progress. Oh, gotta find our fucking escape first. There we go. We got our heal, get our save under us, and then we're going to take on the pyramid. Yeah, and for those who are you've been curious about this game, I would say definitely check out the demo. There's a lengthy 2-hour demo to this. In all honesty, that was actually part 3 here. But there was so much or so little left in the game that I kind of combined it with what would be the 4th part here. So just a little quick interlude there. All right, he supposes he'll let us through now. All right, this is it. This is what we've been looking for. The relic in the tomb will give me power over life and death. And who is it? Dr. Cube, that too. Along with Dino Kang and some minions. Think of all the ancient monsters I can bring back to serve me. Imagine the dead celebrities I can revive and exploit. With those dumb idiot kaiju heroes lost in time and space, no one can stop me this time. Oh, you didn't know? Yo, Cube, think again. I mean, this is an even fight now. 6 on 6. What he said, baby. You're all gonna pay for ruining the crowd's fun at the title fight. Preach it, brother. No one ruins a Kaiju Big Battle event and gets away with it. That's what you were worried about? Did you not even listen to my evil plan? Your attempts to poison the pleasure of the people are at an end. No refs, no rules. It is a revolution. Analysis, you are going down. Oh God, are you guys stupid? Lesson learned. Next time I try this plan, I'll make sure you're so lost in history that you'll never find each other again. Poor Dr. Cube, you know. Until then, Dino Kang Jr. minions kill them all. Alright. I suppose the final bite final fight of the demo, the boss battle here, with Dino Kang and his lot of minions. I thought they were fish people before, but evidently they're minions all the same. It's hard to tell in their sort of in their face there that they're minions. Usually, like, you know, minions are like, I don't know, they have yeah, that sort of weird leather mask. But I suppose you can tell that's them. I mean, they do have, you know, like a flesh tone hand if not wearing gloves. So, you know, I suppose it, you know, the leather masks are there. I just thought they were fish people. But, you know, you can tell some of them are wearing kind of scrubs as well. You see the guy with the sword and the shield there, kind of wearing scrubs, and he's sort of like Spartan helmet and sword and shield. Why not? Yeah, these guys are quite nasty. You know, I think like other fights, we need to reduce their numbers. That's really the name of the game. We can't have all 6 of them, you know, take turns at us. You know, the sooner we reduce them down to 5 and lesser, you know, the easier our fight's going to be with them. Roblox down. Okay, there we go. We took down the hammer, bro. Sadly, Roblox was not around for the healing of that. I mean, the only thing that we have to concern ourselves now is that, you know, when we queue up a bunch of attacks and the minion falls before we, you know, execute all those attacks, it seems like those extra bleed off attacks hit Dino Kang. And although, you know, sure, whatever, you know, we're not really like focusing on Dino Kang right now, where he's probably the main nasty, you know. You know, at all possible, we probably want to take out these minions. You know, they're going to be the I would guess the easier ones to take down. And then we're kind of focusing on the tower shield spear guy. There he goes. A nice party heal there. And you can tell here's the bleed over attacks going towards Dino Kang. I mean, 900 damage on Dino Kang. It's not bad, but I think that could have squashed anyone else. So, there we are. We put like Fjord Rush on like the Archer, for example. Hoping to kind of like maybe like disrupt the order of the sort of attacks. And despite it being the final boss fight, we scanned Dino Kang just in case, you know, just in case it wasn't the final fight. You never can tell. And there goes the Archer as well, so that's good. I mean, I guess one thing to also keep in mind of is that Dino Kang does seem to be the fastest one on the in battle. All right, there he goes. Slow Fang pretty much dealing like 900 damages onto him by himself. So okay, there goes that strategy of waiting on Dino Kang as Slow Fang reduces him to a fine green paste on his own. Scanned junk. A little rude, I think, but I suppose that just means that the minions really don't have special abilities. They just attack. There goes. All right, so we are gladly sitting at just this final one. Scanned him again. It came out as junk as well. Oh, and there goes Slowfang doing what Slowfang does. Silver Potato learned to bake. We learned Squeak as well. It's a knockout. You're finished, Cube. You're all out of minions. ... Oh, everyone's silent. He flew the coop. The crowd lives another day, but we may have stopped him here, but we must remain vigilant. I wonder what he happened to mean by the next time this plan. Certainly helps if I can stink and read, huh? At least the world's going to be okay for now. Status report. It's time to chill. Thanks for playing the demo version of Kaiju Big Battel Fighto Fantasy. And thanks for watching as well. Yeah, it's certainly been a pretty awesome game, pretty fun game. You know, at least like a break from the crazy hecticness of shoot 'em ups and stuff. Certainly, you know, I can't guarantee that we'll play this game when it comes out, whether it's full release. But you know, if a Steam key just happened to drop in my inbox, you know, maybe it would twist my arm just enough. I don't know. I would guess so. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video in this series. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and play some more games in the future.